13 of the NFL season begins on Thursday, December 1st, as two expected NFL playoff contenders meet when the Dallas Cowboys visit the Minnesota Vikings in a game that can be seen on NBC and the NFL Network. The action continues on Sunday, December 4th, with 13 games including a rematch of last year's NFC playoff game between the Carolina Panthers and the Seattle Seahawks that can be seen on NBC. Week 13 action continues on Monday, December 5th, as the Indianapolis Colts visit the New York Jets in a game that can be seen on ESPN. Taking a look at the odds, starting on Thursday, December 1st, the Dallas Cowboys will go to the Minnesota Vikings. The Cowboys are 3-point favorites on the road with the total at 43.5 points. The Vikings have won 7 of the last 10 games in this series, and they have covered the spread in 8 of the last 10. Moving on to Sunday, December 4th, the Denver Broncos will go to the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Broncos are 4.5-point favorites on the road with the total at 41 points. The Jaguars have won 6 of the last 10 in this series, and they are 6-4 against the spread. But it was Denver winning the last meeting 3 years ago in Denver by a score of 35-19. The Kansas City Chiefs will go to the Atlanta Falcons, who are 3.5-point favorites at home, the total at 49 points. The Chiefs have won and covered 4 of the last 7 games, but they have dropped the last 2 games, including a 40-24 at home in 2012. The Houston Texans will go to the Green Bay Packers. The Packers are 6.5-point favorites at home, the total at 45.5 points. The Packers have won 2 of the previous 3 meetings, including a 42-24 in Houston in 2012. The Philadelphia Eagles will go to the Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals have covered each of the last 3 in this series, with 2 of the last 3 going over. The Philadelphia Eagles sit at 1.5-point road favorites, with the total on this game at 42.5 points. The Detroit Lions will go to the New Orleans Saints, who are 5.5-point favorites at home, the total at 53.5 points. These teams have split their last 10 games, with the last 3 games going over the total. The San Francisco 49ers will go to the Chicago Bears. The Bears are 1.5-point home favorites with the total at 43.5 points. These teams have split their last 10 meetings as well, with the 49ers going 6-4 against the spread and the last 3 games going over the total. The LA Rams will visit the New England Patriots, who are huge 13.5-point favorites at home, the total at 44.5 points. The Patriots have won 6 of the last 10 in this series, although the teams have not met since 2012, when the Patriots won 45-7 in St. Louis. The Miami Dolphins will visit the Baltimore Ravens, who are 3-point favorites at home, the total at 40.5 points. The Ravens have won 6 of the last 10 in this series, but it was the Dolphins winning 15-13 at home last season. The Buffalo Bills will visit the Oakland Raiders, who are 3-point home favorites, the total at 49 points. The Raiders have won 6 of the last 10 in this series, and they are 8-2 against the spread, with the last 4 games going over the total. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will visit the San Diego Chargers, who are 3.5-point favorites at home, the total at 47 points. The Chargers have won 7 of the last 9 in this series, with the last 8 games having gone over the total. The Washington Redskins will visit the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals are 3-point favorites at home with a total at 49 points. The Redskins have done well in this series lately, taking 8 of the last 10 games, but it was the Cardinals winning 30-20 at home 2 years ago. The New York Giants will visit the Pittsburgh Steelers, who are 6-point home favorites with a total at 49.5 points. The Giants have won 4 of the last 7 in this series, although it was Pittsburgh winning the last meeting in 2012 by a score of 24-20 in New York. The Carolina Panthers will visit the Seattle Seahawks in the evening game. The Seahawks are 6.5-point home favorites with a total at 44 points. The Seahawks have won 7 of the last 10 in this series, but Seattle dropped both games against Carolina last season, losing 27-23 at home in the regular season and 31-24 in Carolina in the playoffs. Moving on to the Monday Night Football game December 5th, the Indianapolis Colts will visit the New York Jets. There are no odds posted yet on this game, but preseason odds had the Jets at -2. The Jets have won 6 of the last 10 games in this series, with 5 of the last 7 going over the total. This week, the Cleveland Browns and the Tennessee Titans both have a bye week.